Old Pulteney 21-year-old from 1983. Is this worth seeking out? Stay tuned for the Whiskey Whistle. Hello, my whiskey friends. Mark here from Whiskey Whistle on YouTube, sharing a little whiskey awesomeness from Winnipeg, the center of North America, bringing you Old Pulteney 21 years old from 1983. This is the 2004 bottling, so quite old. And a big shout out to Gino here in Winnipeg, a fellow realtor. Thanks a lot, Gino. He lent this to me. In fact, I think he gave me the rest of that. There's just a tiny little bit left there. Gino, if you want that, you know where to find it. And I've got that poured here. I poured that in the last review, which was of the 18 years old versus the 17 years old. Make sure you check that out, please. So here it's been sitting for about half an hour, covered. And check that out. Look at the condensation that's happening there. That's a combination of the temperature and the sunshine that's inducing, evaporation. So what we have probably coming up here are some of the alcohol fumes. So I'll have to be very careful when I smell that for the first time. Let's give it a quick whiff. Oh no, beautiful. Now this is very much an old school whiskey. First of all, let's have a look at the color of that, which I believe is natural in color. A nice golden hue. Let me have a look. Yeah, that's got a nice 18K gold look to it. Beautiful. Very attractive. Now, no mention of casking here for this one on the bottle. I don't have the canister to look at, but judging by what they say, we've probably got a lot of ex-bourbon here, maybe a little bit of sherry added, and that seems to be what's going on over there at Old Pulteney. Okay, the legs for the 21-year-old. Very brisk first legs. By the way, this is 46% ABV. The secondary legs are quite slow. In fact, they're taking a very long time to get down to the bottom. And lots of sediment in there. This is one thing that happens with older bottles when you open them. You do get some, it seems to be some stuff coming out of solution. And that tells you that you've got a quality bottle that wasn't heavily chill filtered. And I believe this one's unchill filtered, although it probably doesn't say, since it's 1983, bottled in 2004. Nope. Good, maybe I'll set that right there for you to see more up close. Okay. Now here we have huge leather. Really old, classic, polished oak furniture. Lots of leather, lots of vanilla. Lots of stone fruits, some apple in there. Stewed pears. That hint of salinity, a little bit of saltiness. Absolutely some nutmeg in there, cinnamon. A little bit of cardamom, which is very interesting. Okay, let's get onto the palate then. Cheers, folks. This brings back so many memories of the whiskeys that I first started trying out when I was about 20. I guess the oak was just better back then, air dried. Probably a little bit more care taken shipping those to Scotland. Anyway, old school. That sherbetiness that was in the 17 and 18-year-old, you don't have here in the 21. It is very softened, very mellowed, very creamy. It's more like a vanilla ice cream feeling in the mouth. big fruitiness, delicious peaches, and stewed apples and pears. I think the greatest thing here is that slightly leather-esque, very polished oak-like roasted nut note you get here. And big nutmeg. I'm guessing this is probably more like 60% ex-bourbon, 40% ex-sherry oak. Well, I think we're going to have to go all in there because I'm running out. You knew that was going to happen, didn't you? Sorry, Gino. I killed it. I owe you one, buddy. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to add a couple of drops of water in there. You're right. We'll just carry on. There, about 3 or 4 drops of water in there. Now, probably if you see Old Pulteney 21 at auction, one of these older bottlings from 1983, bottled in 2004, they're probably not going to be that expensive compared to 21-year-olds, say Macallan or even Springbank. So probably that'll be a good buy. And I'd say if you can get that 21-year-old for under $400 Canadian, I think it's definitely worth it. And if it's 220 or 250 pounds UK, take a chance on it, because probably you're going to get something that is unlike anything you can find today from Old Pulteney. Okay, that's enough resting time. There's a nice light strawberry coming through here now with water added. And I'm guessing that's a fresh strawberry. I'm guessing that's that sherried component coming through. Very fruity, very fresh. The leather and polished oak has diminished. Cheers. It is just so balanced. There's just so many things going on there. Nut and fruit and vanilla and spice. Really wide breadth of flavors you get from this. Final taste. Cheers. Delicious. Now, would everybody like that? Absolutely not. I think that there are there's people who enjoy the exploration of unique flavors that'll really enjoy this. But if you're into the fresher ex-bourbon type notes you get from modern expressions, you may not totally be thrilled with that 21-year-old. Personally, I love this. I think it exceeds anything else from Old Pulteney that I've ever tried. I'd love to try the 25-year-old, which I think I can get here in Manitoba. But the price is astronomical. Finish-wise, we have, again, a very long finish. More of a vanilla ice cream finish rather than a sherbet note. Delicious. Well, we'll get on to the WhiskyWhistle Whiskey Score for Old Pulteney 21, bottled in 2004 from 1983. What is that going to be, folks? It's going to be 94 out of 100. You heard it, 94 out of 100 is the WhiskyWhistle Whiskey Score for Old Pulteney, aged 21 years. Delicious stuff. Gorgeous. Absolutely needs a hug, a malt hug. Come here, you. And a little kiss. Beautiful. This whole range is amazing. Really up my alley. But just keep in mind, if you're into the sherry bombs, you probably won't find them in Old Pulteney. But I implore you to Try to expand your portfolio, your palate. Try to see the beauty in this style of whiskey, because you're missing out on a whole lot if all you're looking for are the dark fruits and the raisins and the chocolate notes. Yes, that's really amazing when you find it, and if it's well put together, it can be second to none. But there is much to be said for ex-bourbon and the way you can get just delicious whiskey that is so enjoyable and different. Now, I'm going to do something unorthodox here. Better have one more sip of this 21. All right, I'm going to mix the 21, the 17, and the 18, Ralphie style. And look at that, that Highland mist coming through there. Absolutely unchill filtered. We'll see what happens here. Again, it's still a single malt. It's now 17 years old with a high proportion of 18 and 21 in it. I think I need to take that 21 and just get whatever's left in there. There we go. All right, let's see how this is. Really elegant. Now, this is one of the things that tells me that NAS can be delicious as long as the company stands behind the distiller who says, okay, I'll do NAS, but we're not going to change the recipe. We're going to try to keep it the same, but not start cheapening up one of the malts and keep them all about the same age. Truly beautiful. It's got the youth, it's got the age, it's got fruit and strawberry and orchard fruits. I bet I would also give that maybe 93, just because it's so nice. All right, well, hope you enjoyed that. Old Pulteney 21. If you can find that and the price is okay at auction, you might be wise to get one of those. And make sure you subscribe to Whiskey Whistle. Click that link right over here. Hit the bell so you're notified of the future Whiskey Whistles. If you're in Winnipeg, join me and Tyler and Gino and all the other great people we have. We've got men, we've got women, we've got young and old. Join the Winnipeg Whiskey Club. And if you're enjoying what I'm doing here on Whiskey Whistle, why not support me through Patreon and join the Whiskey Whistle crew? Patreon.com/Whiskey Whistle. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you for the next one. Bye now.